In this video, we're going to understand the word relative density. By now, we have a basic understanding of the word density, that is mass by volume denoted by rho. Relative density means density with respect to something, that is density of an object with respect to something. What is that something? Density of water. That's it. Relative density is nothing but density of an object with respect to density of water. But why water? What's so special about water? You guys know what's so special about water. It is one of the most used fluids, understood fluids by us. Is it not? We are dependent on fluids, especially water, that is, to that extent, and certain property and all of that. It's easier to compare with that. Air, it's not so much. Right? As a fluid, we depend on air also. But the dependency of water along with its property makes it unique and easier for us to understand that. Okay guys, so now we can define what is relative density. Relative density of an object, of a substance or an object, is the ratio of density of its density, that is ratio of its density to that of the water. Basically, let me put it in terms of formula, it's easier to understand. Relative density of an object is nothing but density of the object divided by density of the water. That can be your definition as well. Right? I was trying to read it in this term, so that's why I kind of stumbled a bit. But yeah, this is also okay, and if not, this is also okay. Let me explain this with an example. Relative density of mercury is 13.6. Okay guys, so basically what does it mean? Density of Hg, that is mercury, divided by density of water turns out to be 13.6. Okay guys, or density of Hg is equal to density of water times 13.6. Now, what does this physically mean? What is the physical meaning of this? Physical meaning. I'm trying to make you guys understand why is that we are trying to use this. What is the meaning that we can derive out of this? It's simple. If I have a space, okay, right, if I have a fixed volume, and in this volume, if we have, say, one molecule of water, in the same space, if we given the same space, that is, right, we'll figure out that if you count, we'll be able to find around 13 to 14 drops of mercury, that is 13.6 Hg. Okay guys, in a space where we found, right, H2O, the space in which we found one H2O, in that space we'll be able to find 13.6 Hg. So it's the same space. Okay, a physical space I'm talking about. Okay guys, that's the whole point of all of this density and relative density and all of that. So to put it as a sentence, why is it that we need this? To make it easy to communicate. If you web search if you web search about relative density and what is the use of that, you will find this. It is often convenient to express density of a substance in comparison to that of the water. That's what you will get. Okay, simple and straightforward. Right guys, so all of this you guys have to write, and this also, and the last thing, the SI unit. What do you think is the XI unit? There is no SI unit. There's no unit basically. Why? Because it's just a number basically. This implies it's just a number because the reason is this. Let me write it. Both the numerator and the denominator has the same unit. Have the same unit, right? Not has. Have the same unit. So because of this, we end up cancelling the units and there is no SI unit. Okay guys, I hope it made sense. It's always a number. That's why you're not written any unit over there. Right? I hope it made sense. It's quite simple actually. It's always this, and it's a very simple topic. But the meaning behind it and the usage is pretty huge. So I just didn't want to tell what is the definition and tell you the formula. I want you guys to make sense out of whatever you're learning. That's the entire intention of me making all of this. If not, as a syllabus, it's very easy to finish your syllabus. But the meaning of it, the whole idea behind the syllabus is to make you understand a lot more than whatever is written in the textbook. So please remember that. Try to understand that. On that you won't be tested, at least not directly. Indirectly you might be tested, obviously, but your test becomes very simpler. Okay guys, if you have a deep understanding about things, your test becomes very simpler because the questions are very simple in comparison to whatever we understood. Okay guys, now it's time for you guys to pause and write everything.